You've had a pretty awesome season. Just talk about, I mean, what this season's been like. I mean, a great first half, your first All-Star experience. Now you have 13 career wins.
Yeah, you know, it's been a good year so far, and you know, I feel like I'm pitching about as good as I was last year and the year before that. Just I'm getting a little bit more run support this year, and you know, get a few more runs and they lead to a few more wins, I guess.
How's that neck treating you?
Neck's good. You know, it was rough for about a month, and didn't really know what it was, if it was a pinched nerve or what. But you know, I was able to rest it over the All-Star break, and after that, it's been good.
Do you feel like after Friday's start, you're kind of back into where you were before the All-Star break?
Yeah, you know, after the All-Star break, I had a few rough starts, and you know, I wanted to come here and in front of all the family and friends and have a good showing, and you know, I was happy with you know, putting up a few zeros and going 6 innings.
You were home a couple weeks ago. What was that like for you?
Oh, it was great. You know, I got a little project going around at home. You know, I got some landscaping that's going on, so it was good to get home and you know, see how that's going and hang out with a few buddies and do a little golfing. So it was nice to be home.
Obviously, everyone outside of Wisconsin, they hear about where you're from and how you're always true to your roots about it. You know, about Auburndale. Auburndale's such a small town. Describe Auburndale to me, and you know, obviously, what growing up that area meant to you.
Well, it's a small town of 700 people, and seems like everyone knows everyone, and you know, everyone's friendly, and you can go anywhere. And you know, I didn't know what would happen when I finally made it to the big leagues, if I would go back and get bothered. But you know, everyone's been great, and you know, just they view me as, you know, the same Jordan Zimmermann as I was growing up. So it's definitely nice to come home and see everyone.
Is it tough to be grounded, especially considering you're on the road all the time? You're in the major leagues. You're being asked by outlets like ESPN and USA Today and Washington Post. Is it tough to stay grounded and true your roots sometimes?
No, not really. Not for me. You know, I love being home, and you know, I don't think I could ever live anywhere else but Wisconsin. So you know, I love every part of Wisconsin and everything about it, and you know. Sometimes during the season, I wish I could come home a little more often, but you know I have a job to do, and you know, after the season, I'll be back there again.
What's unique about Central Wisconsin baseball? I mean, you started out as a catcher, I read, and then when you started pitching, you said you didn't know what you were doing.
Yeah, you know, I caught my freshman and sophomore year in high school, and my junior year, I just finally started pitching, and my mechanics were terrible, and you know, I threw pretty hard, but I didn't know anything about mechanics or lifting weights or anything. And once I went to college, you know, I started figuring things out a little bit. So I guess I was considered a late bloomer.
Talk about, you know, being at Point, and by the way, Point had a pretty awesome season themselves this year. They went all the way to the World Series. How did that experience shape you into what you are now? Well,
it's the first time like I said, first time I really got on a weight program, and you know, I'd never got any looks from any other colleges or anything, and I wanted to stay close to home. And you know, a few guys in the conference, like Jake Frombach, and you know, they said, come on down. You know, it's a great opportunity, and you know, you're gonna play quite a bit. So I thought it was a good opportunity. Went down there and started lifting and you know, working really hard, and you know, I put together a few good seasons.
When you were pitching at Auburndale and when you were pitching at Point, is this how you imagined this would be like when you turned 27?
Not at all. You know, Auburndale, I was just hoping I could play some college baseball someplace, and when I got to Point and started doing halfway decent, I still didn't think that there was a chance I'd even be playing up here or getting drafted. But you know, the first time I kind of realized it was when I was playing with the Eau Claire Express in a summer league, and you know, there's a lot of scouts coming to the games and you know, talking to me quite a bit. So I thought there was a good chance.
Yeah, the Northwoods League. Talk about how that experience kind of helped shape you also, because that's a daily grind with players coming in and out.
Yeah, I think it was 80 games in a summer, so it was pretty much the lifestyle it is up here, and you know, just getting used to playing every single day, and You know, pitching every 5-6 days, and you know, being away from home, it was only a couple hours, but it was still, you know, being away from home for a whole summer, and it's my first time pitching a wood bat, so you know, I got a little experience with that, and definitely helped me out a lot.
You said just being a couple hours away from home was tough. Now you're like on the East Coast. I mean, when you're going through even the minors, and then also like just going around different teams, I mean, how tough was that for you? Because obviously you always want to be here.
Yeah, minors was pretty tough for me, and you know, my first real time being far away from home, and you know, pretty much living in hotels and cheap hotels, and traveling with a bus, no airplane, I mean, 13-hour bus rides, and you know, it's pretty miserable, but you know, it only makes you better and appreciate it once you get up here.
Talk about being up here. I mean, Friday night was only your second time, and this is pretty much the closest to home you'll get. And when it comes to playing in the majors, I mean, what is it like to be in Wisconsin, to take the mound here in Miller Park?
Oh, it's great. You know, I pitched down here in a Legion All-Star game one time, and only 2 times since I've been in the big leagues. So, you know, it's awesome coming home, and all the family and friends come down and tailgate all the time. So they have a good time with it, and you know, fortunately, I actually had a couple good starts when I come here. So, you know, I really enjoy pitching here.
Yeah, what's unique about it is, I mean, besides the cheese curds, I guess.
About this place?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you're just home. You just feel comfortable, and you know, you have everyone cheering you on, and you see people in the stands, and I mean, you just feel comfortable coming here and pitching.
How do you try and keep in touch and try not to, you know, obviously try to visit home as much as you can, but when you're out on the road for days, maybe weeks on end, that's tough.
Yeah, you know, all my buddies keep in touch with me all the time, and text me and call me and let me know what's going on back home, and you know, when I do come home, they're taking off of work so we can go golfing or go fishing or something. So it's definitely nice to have the group of friends I have.
In a hypothetical world, how cool would it be to be playing in Milwaukee on a daily basis? Yeah, you know, it'd be fun. I mean, it'd probably be a little hectic too with you know, coming here and playing all the time, and having my buddies down here, and wanting to do stuff all the time, and knowing I have a job to do down here. So I think it'd be fun, but on the other side of it, you know, it might be a little hectic too. You have a unique opportunity that not a lot of guys ever get to do. How do you kind of give back or leave a legacy, especially in central Wisconsin, in Auburndale, or with UWSP? Is there a way that you want to be remembered by, or is it pretty much just being yourself is enough? Yeah, you know, just being myself, and I just want people to know that, you know, I'm a hardworking kid, and you know, I come from a small town, and you know, just put in a lot of hard work. So all the young kids out there, if you want to be a big leaguer, you know, just keep chasing your dream and keep working hard, and you know, eventually you'll get there. How are you still learning? You know, you learn every day. You watch pitchers pitch, and you watch the hitters, and I mean, you can learn just by watching other pitchers how they attack guys and how hitters react, and I mean, there's so much to learn in this game. You know, every day you try to learn a little something. You love the off season. What's the first thing you do once you get back home? Well, snow's not on the ground yet, so I try to get a few rounds of golf in, and you know, go fishing in a boat someplace. But once the snow starts flying and it gets cold, then I like to go ice fishing. I hear you still keep in touch with the coaches there, the high school baseball coach. Yeah. He texts me every once in a while, and he just told me that he took the coaching job back over in Auburndale, so that's good to see. And you know, I'll probably go talk to him a little bit when I get home, and you know, see if the baseball team needs anything. Way down the road, way down the road in your lifespan, what do you imagine doing if you want to stay home? And do you imagine giving back? Do you imagine coaching ever? Yeah, maybe. I mean, I really haven't thought about any of this yet, but you know, your coaching could be an option, and you know, we'll see when the time comes. And you just got married like less than a year ago, so that's awesome. Congratulations on that. Thank you. So you seem to have it pretty well. Just back to season stuff. I mean, your goal for the rest of the season?
Well, you know, just keep pitching the way I'm pitching, and you know, I wouldn't mind getting up to close to 20 wins, and you know, just you know, keep attacking hitters and just have fun, and you know, we got a little ground to make up here, and you know, hopefully we start playing a little better ball and we can make a playoff run.